we wanted to check out all the things that are happening in the exhibit hall. Now, we went to a couple of booths that went there yesterday. We went to the publishing booth, we went to the Twisted Wonderland booth, but there's a lot more stuff that is over there at the D23 exhibit hall. So we actually went through the left side of the exhibit hall. There was a lot of dealers that were there, like literal stores that sell Disney pins, Disney fan art, Disney backpacks, pretty much anything Disney to say. And there's even the Walt Disney World radio, which I thought was pretty cool. They had their own like recording studio literally right there, so we got to sell some free stickers. We ended up seeing a Figment balloon, which by the way looked pretty epic. So if you don't know who Figment is pretty much the mascot of Epcot from Walt Disney World, and I believe he's going to be something huge coming up for Epcot. In day 3, I will talk about more about the Disney parks that we're able to see, so I'll explain that more on day 3. I would say that whole section on the left side was mostly all dealers. We do get to see the Funko area. We also get to see like a lot of other restaurants that are also there too. So to say the least, over there was more like dealers. It wasn't like big stands where it comes to Disney and stuff like that. So the first thing we wanted to go to was the Disney Animation booth. And the thing is that the Disney Animation booth doesn't really have much stuff to say. The way you want to get into Disney's animation, like free swag and stuff like that, you have to be in line to say. And what kind of sucks is that they always keep on capping the line. So it's like, okay, fine, I guess we'll have to wait until the line is not capped in order for us to actually get some free stuff. And then of course in the back there also was a like a history of Disney animation. Considering that we're celebrating the 100th year of Disney, there's a lot of Disney animation things that are happening. You get to see all the animations that came from Walt Disney from 100 years ago to now. So you get to see Encanto stuff, you get to see Mickey Mouse stuff, and you also get to see like some portraits when it comes to Walt Disney and things like that. So 100 years of animated films from Walt Disney Animation, and no doubt about it, it's definitely a huge year for them. So congrats to Walt Disney Animation, because it definitely looked like a pretty cool stand. Next door actually is the Pixar booth. So we were just roaming around the booth and we saw a lot of the star balls that always like are been incorporated when it comes to Pixar, but they also do have the stands that comes to like their Disney Pixar films. Biggest Disney Pixar film that came out was Lightyear. To be fair, the movie was not that bad. I actually liked it. But obviously everybody wants to get a picture of Buzz Lightyear and the whole stand to say. Me, Jessica, and Omid, when it comes to the photo op, we wanted to actually take a photo of it. So we ended up getting a photo. It was pretty cool. And then I noticed that the photographer was actually having a bag of free stuff. So I said, well, what's in there? And they told me it's pins. So it's like, okay, yeah, give me a pin. The pin is pretty much this, by the way. It was a Starkman Buzz Lightyear pin. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll take it. It looks pretty cool, by the way. It's like makes you look like a Star Commander and all. There's just a lot of photo ops of Disney Pixar. There wasn't really much when it comes to like big projects. I know there's a lot of projects that came out for Disney Pixar. There was a new animated series that's gonna come out for Disney Plus, and of course Inside Out 2 that got announced on day 1 of D23. So to say the least, a lot of big announcements when it comes to Pixar. Considering how that whole square was, Disney Animation overtook Disney Pixar. There's a Pixar stuff there, it's just that more Disney Animation stuff was on the other side. So 100 years makes sense. Let them have their chance to shine. And then literally right next door is the Disney Parks booth, and there's a lot of Disney Parks stuff that were out there. All the Disney parks are pretty much having a lot of brand new projects coming out. And what I've seen in the Disney parks at the moment is the fact that, you know, it's just the same old Disney parks that I know from Disneyland. The only thing that's brand new for me was Star Wars Galaxy Bay and Adventures Campus over at California Adventure. There's a lot of stuff that I will announce on day 3 of the D23 vlog series. So let's actually just start off with what we saw at the Disney Parks booth. And so far it's just been a couple of things. We saw a lot of statues of stuff that were in other Disney parks, from Shanghai Disneyland to Hong Kong Disneyland to Tokyo Disney Sea to Tokyo Disneyland and Disneyland Paris. So to say the least, all those projects are there. And then when we move to the end of the booth, we actually do get to see some sort of puppeteer thing going on here. And it actually is a promotion to Shanghai Disneyland, as they are actually making a Zootopia land. So I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool that you see a lot of like these puppets just acting out and they're all saying something about it. This tells me that Zootopia is going to be a big IP franchise that's going to be coming into the Disney park, so that's pretty cool. Literally right next to that little charade there was a whole booth of pictures, and this is actually for Tokyo Disney Sea. And Tokyo Disney Sea is going to have a brand new land called Fantasy Springs, and holy crap, that looks pretty amazing. From what I saw from the pictures, we're going to have a Frozen land in there, we're going to have a Pinocchio land, we're going to have a lot of fantasy stuff that you can see in Fantasyland actually going to be there at Tokyo Disney Sea. So it's going to look pretty epic from the way I'm seeing it. It's kind of fortunate that we don't get to see it until 2023, but a lot of awesome stuff there for sure. So far from what I'm seeing is that we're going to have a brand new ride over at Mickey's Toontown. That's the reason why Mickey's Toontown is currently closed in Disneyland. They are making ways for Mickey's Runaway Railway, which came out in Disney's Hollywood Studios in Florida. It's now coming over at Disneyland's Disney Park. And so far, it's been, I guess, good to say. From the way I'm seeing the pictures, it looks really nice. The whole land is going to change, by the way. The thing is that there are some things that are going to be changed around. I know Goofy's boat, Donald's boat is going to change a little bit. Goofy's Playhouse is going to change a little bit. Mickey and Minnie's house is still going to be there. Same with Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin. That's also still going to be there too. So to say the least, the whole railway is going to have, I believe it's going to be close to the Roger Rabbit cartoon spin. A lot of changes when it comes to Mickey's Toontown, but I know that they're just going to be putting up a really brand new land to say. Literally right behind that, by the way, is the concept art when it comes to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. With Tiana's Bayou Adventure is a brand new ride that's going to take place of Splash Mountain. From the pictures and all the models that we've seen, it looks pretty amazing. They're going to have brand new lights when it comes to the Bayou Adventure. Plus, there's also a brand new restaurant that's going to be really close to where Splash Mountain is. So, this, like I said, a lot of changes happening for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I can't wait to see how this ride is going to go.
Disneyland, the Splash Mountain.
And of course, we also do get to see a brand new statue when it comes to the Magic Kingdom. Yes, we actually do get to see Walt Disney himself. Yeah, so there's this brand new statue that popped up, and that's going to be into the brand new Walt Disney World. Yeah, we took a picture of it, and we don't know where it's going to be. I believe it's going to be in Magic Kingdom. It's going to probably replace the whole stand that's in front of Cinderella's castle. But yeah, a lot of big changes there. Then there's also this one side where then there's Imagineering stuff. There was this one display of a person who was like showcasing how Harmonious works when it comes to the fireworks show at Epcot. There was also like models of how Spider-Man was made. You know, the Spider-Man swinging feature that came in the Disney's California Adventure. There's also a lot of like concept pictures when it comes to the brand new hotels that are be coming over at Disney's California Adventure. Well, they're gonna be changed into Disney's Pixar hotels, so get ready for that for those who are interested going into those Disney hotels for sure. And then last but not least, they actually do talk about the Disney Cruise Line. They talked about the brand new ship that's coming out called Disney Treasure, and how spacious it is and everything in there. So it's weird how you want to go into a Disney Cruise Line, and the thing is that you will get entertained with whatever's in there, from water slides to parties to all the fine cuisine that happens in a Disney cruise. So the Disney Cruise Line looks to be pretty epic. I really can't wait to see how this goes. But to say the least, that booth there was absolutely amazing. Just to see all of the amazing stuff that's going to be happening over for the Disney parks. And FYI, there's just only a small bit of what was going to be announced on day 3. The booth gave us a little bit of a preview, but there was a lot more that was announced over at the panel. So we'll talk more about that in the next video. We're back here at D23 at the moment. We're around the talent pass area. Apparently I don't have the autograph, I don't have the pass to actually go and get autographs.
Yeah, I mean,
or even to meet up with them, because those Ravens home people, which I would love to meet up with, Raven Simone and everyone. But yeah, let's go walk around for a little bit. Besides going to those booths, we actually do check out whatever was going around in the exhibit hall. And what I've been noticing is the fact that there's a lot of character standees. And those are just pretty much photo ops for people that want to take photos of, you know, favorite characters when it comes to Disney Pixar films. I know that there's a Frozen one that me and Jessica were able to take a photo of. I know there was a Wreck-It Ralph one that was literally in the middle of the hallway. There's also a Baymax picture op that was there too. I remember we also did take a picture of the Encanto that's right in front of the Disney Animation booth, and took a picture of that. That looked pretty cool. But if you're into like your favorite characters when it comes to Disney, you can take a photo op with them. That was pretty nice to say when it comes to the photo ops of those characters. So we decided to just walk around and check out what other booths they had available. And this is where we actually go into the back of the hall, and there wasn't really much happening over there. There was like cafes and stuff, but I believe what intrigued us, or what lured us into this booth, was the Tameron Hall Live with Ryan and Kelly booth. So that one, I was like, okay, we didn't asked to actually go into this. It's just these staffers were like, hey, do you want some free swag? Why don't you come into this booth? Okay, and they're like, okay, sure, why not? So the first thing is we gotta go to the Tameron Hall one. And what they wanted us to do was just, we're in our cosplays, by the way. We're in our Owl House cosplay. We got Rain, Amity, and Hunter, literally just all here. And what they wanted us to do was just pretty much say hi for like 4 or 5 seconds. We didn't actually know it was gonna turn out into this video.
Welcome back to the Tameron Hall Show. Our next guest is someone very special to me. I want you to meet one of the beautiful people from our Tam fam. Say hi to the audience. We couldn't make this show happen without you, our Tam fam. So thank you so much for being with me today. I love you.
I didn't know it was going to be part of the Tameron Hall show. I don't even watch Tameron Hall. Sorry. Kelly and Ryan, they actually do have a booth. And the thing is that what they wanted me to do was obviously just sit down and just look like in this direction. So I did that. The picture here was just me just staring at them just blatantly. You just put a caption there and just say like, oh yeah, Boiling Alice sucks. Boiling Alice is in trouble right now. Ryan, Kelly, this isn't anything to smile about, okay? Yeah, Owl House fans should know about this. Okay, and then last but not least, of course, we want to get the free swag. And it's not guaranteed free swag. We actually have to just be lucky and scan our badge, and hopefully we end up getting whatever the free prize is. So I did do that, scanned my badge, and I actually did end up winning the prize. So I was actually pretty happy. I was wondering what the heck was this. And it actually is a mug. And it's like, what mug do you want? Do you want Kelly and Ryan, or do you want Tameron Hall? I told him I don't watch Tameron Hall. It actually does look like the show's Kelly and Ryan's mug. I don't know. I mean, it is pretty like legit from the way I see it. So I guess I'll get a new mug for my collection to say, hey, I'm actually part of the Kelly and Ryan show. Yay. And then we went back into the Disney bundle booth. Now, I told you guys before that we only went to the Disney Plus bundle area. The thing is that there's also Hulu and ESPN Plus. Fortunately, throughout this whole day, I wasn't able to actually go to the Hulu booth. I think there was actually more free swag over there. We also did go to the ESPN Plus booth. I mean, me and Omid are sports fans. Jessica's not. So me and Omid wanted to check out whatever the sports stuff they have. They were just promoting a lot of brand new shows. ESPN Plus also has a lot of shows that were coming out from the 30 for 30 documentaries. The games that were also coming out as well. You got La Liga games over there. You also got the PGA tours. You also do have a lot of soccer, and when it comes to hockey, and also hockey games as well. So when you see that whole booth, you get to see a lot of the jerseys that were signed. You also get to see like the NBA on ESPN. So you have to get to see like these autographed basketballs and autographed stuff, which is pretty cool. I think the one thing that kind of intrigued me was the fact that we actually got to see the college football playoff trophy literally right there. So I was like, okay, who's gonna win that? And I'm like, please not be Bama. I swear to God, like Alabama keeps on winning that all the time. Like, please, just no, stop it. Can somebody else do it? Then the other thing too is that there's also was free swag over the ESPN Plus booth, where if you take a picture in front of the cameras that were right in front, because it looked like from the way I'm seeing it, we all had to do was to take a picture in front of a table, and the table was going to be like a broadcast booth to say. So we did that, took a picture. Me and Omi just ended up doing like some pictures of that. I put a caption saying like, we're gonna talk about the Tuck Rule, which was the 2001 game of the Raiders and Patriots, where the Patriots won. Raiders got snubbed. You could look at that in the 30 for 30 library. Okay, so to say the least, the ESPN Plus booth, I thought that was actually pretty cool. It was legit, looked pretty nice. Your free swag sucks, by the way. I mean, really? Just a string bag that says ESPN Plus? Do we have anything inside? No, we don't. Okay, well, that was a waste of time. So, yeah, ESPN Plus booth, besides the whole trophies that you were able to see, it wasn't just the college football playoff trophy. There was actually a lot of other trophies, like the US Open trophy for all golfers. There even was the FedEx Cup for the winner who wins the FedEx Cup. It was also a golf trophy, so I don't know what. It feels like ESPN is going to be going into golf more often now.